Speaking of, that's one of the best questions someone's ever asked me. I mean, that is such a fundamentally important question, both for business people and for society. Let me try to answer that as clearly as I can, and it's just my opinion. Certainly could be wrong. Um, the nice thing about the brain is it has these self-limiting systems. So if we think about the most addictive, experiences, think of Pokemon Go. Crazy huge, billion, downloads of the app. And then it kind of burns itself out after about 18 months, 24 months. And so what's interesting about the dopamine system, it's adaptive, right? So we do the same thing in drug addicts. If you're taking cocaine, at some level, you got to keep increasing your cocaine intake because your brain acclimates to this hit it's getting. And so the same thing, I think, with these experiences. What the data look like neurologically is that people like the new thing, but not too new, right? So it's really evolving, and that, from a business perspective, puts a lot of pressure on us, right? We want to keep creating this great experience for you, but also evolving it so there's something new and exciting about doing this thing again. Um, so I'll give you a concrete example in a second. And so we want to quote, keep them addicted or engaged in this experience, but we have a big prefrontal cortex. And at some point, I can go, man, I don't want to go to this anymore. So I'll give you a concrete example. So we measured immersion at Disneyland. I live in Southern California near Disneyland. And what we found was that across, I don't know, a dozen rides we went on, they're like in the 98th percentile. I mean, Disneyland is really, really, really good. Now, here's I think, the most surprising part. Often, the entrance to the ride, which can take a while, right? Because there's lots of people there, the entrance was more immersive to the brain than the ride itself. So, this tells us about storytelling and construction and putting these little Easter eggs in, something for you to find. And because I live in Southern California, I've been to Disneyland, I don't know, 80 times maybe in my life. I've been there a lot, so I know the rides pretty well. And still, and I was one of the subjects. It was very compelling to me. So I think we get to storytelling, we get to something a little bit unexpected, and that experience is different because we're different every time we have it. So I think we want to have this trade off with giving you choice, but not coercing you. So as long as you have a chance to say no, I can create a great experience, and yet I can say, for me personally, I'm kind of over Disneyland now. They've raised the prices through the roof. There's too many people. I don't know. I've been there enough. If I never go again, it's okay. It's a fabulous experience for people. And I have not been to Disney World very often. So maybe I'll do Disney World or something different. So, I've kind of reached my capacity on that experience. And my kids are older. They don't want to go anymore. So, you know what I mean? So I think, we do want to be careful that we're not. This is like Nir Eyal's book, Hooked, right? That companies are always putting these hooks in, and you have to. We want to have those customers return. Very important. But again, you need to have the ability to say no, right? So, and then finally, as I sort of suggested, but let me make it clear, people change, they age, they have different preferences, and because of that, we're just going to have people drop out of whatever customer experience we've designed for them, just because their life experiences change, or like me, they've had enough and they get burnout. No, not burnout. They just have evolved into doing different things. Did I answer your question well enough? I think I didn't. I think I got a quarter of it, and you got three quarters more you should follow up on.